On a cold, foggy night, Sarah drove down a winding country road she didn't recognize. Her GPS had failed an hour ago, and the further she went, the more lost she felt. Trees loomed over the narrow road, their branches like skeletal arms, grasping at the edges of her car's headlights. After what felt like hours, Sarah spotted a sign ahead. "Welcome to Briar Hollow." She hadn't seen the town on any maps, but desperate to find her way, she turned off the main road and headed into the village. As she entered, the streets were eerily deserted, with no sign of life. There was no glow from windows, no hum of electricity, just silence, deep and thick. She parked her car near what looked like the town square and stepped out, hoping to find someone who could help. The air was unnaturally cold, and Sarah shivered as she approached a house with dim light flickering from inside. She knocked on the door, but no one answered. She tried again, louder this time. Suddenly, the door creaked open by itself. Inside, an old woman sat in a chair by the fireplace, rocking slowly. "You're lost, aren't you?" the woman asked without turning around. Startled, Sarah stepped back. "Yes, I am. Could you help me? I'm trying to find the main highway." The woman's rocking stopped. Briar Hollow hasn't seen a visitor in a long time. Her voice was a rasp, dry as autumn leaves. And once someone enters, they never leave. Before Sarah could respond, the woman's head turned unnaturally, her eyes hollow and black. The door slammed shut behind her, and the temperature in the room dropped. The fireplace went out, plunging the room into darkness. Panic surged through Sarah as the woman stood, her figure twisting and growing taller, her shadow creeping across the floor like a living thing. The room began to fill with whispers, voices speaking of forgotten souls and ancient curses. Sarah ran for the door, but it wouldn't budge. The old woman's laugh echoed, cold and menacing. "You're part of the hollow now," she whispered, her voice crawling up Sarah's spine. "No one remembers us, but we will remember you." As Sarah turned, she saw them, shadowy figures, their faces blank and eyes empty, rising from the darkness, reaching for her, pulling her into the cold void of the forgotten. No one ever heard from Sarah again. And if you ever find yourself on a dark, unfamiliar road, beware of towns that aren't on any map. Once you enter Briar Hollow, you may never leave.